Hello guys, welcome back to the channel as I react to the 2-0 win and 2-0 loss, but we'll talk about the win first off, because we can't go on the negative first of all, can we really? It was a good win, don't get me wrong, but there were some things we could have done better. We should have scored more. We shouldn't have took that long to score a goal. But the other thing is, you're playing players out of position. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, you've played so many players out of position, and you think playing a back five will work. The last manager did that, and it never worked. And then just 2-0. It's not good enough. And at Sheffield Wednesday, you should be putting 6 or 7 and 10 past them. It was really a good win, but it wasn't a good win at the same time. There's some aspects of the game we could have done better. But, you know, we've got to do better. And it's just proof that we've been struggling without Lewis Baker in midfield. Because I will never understand this. Enough about the win that we did now, because we've over-talked about that, how good it was and what bad aspects of it. But we'll talk about the defeat. And Mark, why on earth are you playing 5 at the back? Why are you playing Thomas as a wing back? He's not a wing back, he's a winger. Why do you keep starting Exonzi when you know he is awful? You know he's bad, but you still start him. Honestly, I would sooner start a youth player than start Nzonzi. Nzonzi is slow as a snail. But you've got to stop playing such a defensive formation. It doesn't work. You need to go back to the formation you were using, because it was working. When you play the 4-2-3-1 formation, we actually do okay. But my suggestion is the formation that you should use is 4-4-2. Attacking formation where you got 2 strikers, 2 midfielders, 4 defenders, and a goalkeeper. It would work. It really would. But every manager that's come to Stoke that's used 5 at the back has not worked, and they've ended up getting fired. You won't get fired because you've brought the best season we've had in a long time, because we were top 6 at Christmas. Then once we had them injuries, we fell right off. You had Bosnich out of a shoulder injury. You had, well, Bosnich dislocated shoulder. You had Johansson done his shoulder in. You had Baker did his ankle in. Junior did his, obviously his knee. And then Banton Lau did his thigh. And obviously Wilmot did a hard challenging tackle against Swansea, which caused him to be out for the season. And then you had Gallagher out for a while. I can't remember what his injury was, but you know, we were terrible against Derby, and I credit Derby, they were very good. And like I said, we're lucky it weren't more, because it should have been. We were terrible. I mean, I watched it on the TV, but I had to turn it off, and then No, I wouldn't say that about my team normally, but it was just embarrassing. The way that we lost that. I had no hunger to get back in there in the game. It was just like, captain, don't put Zonzi there. He ain't good enough captain. He couldn't lead the donkey, never mind the football team. You know, it was just terrible performance. And hopefully when we play Blackburn, I want us to beat them, because I hate that Michael O'Neill. Thanks for watching. Comment below, subscribe and like.